Alright, here's my brand new Kymco like 125 scooter. I bought it in case my bad boy, this beautiful bike, doesn't work, which a lot of the time it doesn't. I've got a few things I'm angry about with this due to the purchase. However, the engine runs very smooth, which is the most important thing. So I'm very happy with that. Let's talk about it. Okay, so first of all, looks-wise, it's not very important, but I want to get out of the way. I think it looks very nice, especially that part, that half, the Lambretta style, long tail with the big air ducts right there. Beautiful. This part just looks like a scooter. Although I don't mind that little front grille piece right here. The guy didn't show the seat damage that I bought it from. Don't get me wrong, I should have inspected the bike properly before I bought it. But I need a second bike and this bike isn't working and I need a bike for work. So there's a huge crack right down the center fairing. It's just plastic, it can be replaced, it doesn't bother me. This side actually looks alright, concluding I presume this side has been dropped. This had a heat shield on it, I ripped it off. It was completely well, here's a good example. It was completely broken like that. So I ripped off the heat shield. I'll replace it later, one day. None of this bodywork is priority for me. This was popped out and it looked broken. It didn't even try and hide it. I just popped it back in, perfect. However, this clips have been broken. It's fine. It's just panels, you know. It's fine. All that can be replaced. It's just plastic. The biggest damage is this by far. Again, I can replace, like, this fender is only like 20 or 30 bucks in white, so it's not a problem. That's what it should look like. Very thick, old school European style. There is some kind of side damage here, but that's alright. I can fix the indicator. 2 indicators are like 40 bucks. That's cheap as hell. So yeah, there's a crack there. The top part, I don't know what that you call that on a scooter, but the top fairing is alright. I broke a clip here, right here, trying to take it off. But it's alright, it's all in good condition. When me and Dad took this strip off, we found out that most of these clips are broken, but alright, it doesn't matter. Again, it's just clips. Let's see if this side's broken. Nah, look how much better that is. None of these clips are broken. For some reason, this side's alright, but it looks like it's been dropped on this side because that was damaged. But anyway, that was... Oh, and there's a nice handrail guard here. One missing here. But other than that, which does sound like a lot, technically the whole bike is damaged. Doesn't bother me, it's just plastics. And as long as these plastics don't get damaged, I'm completely fine. Because they're nice, beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Anyway. Now, let's talk about the engine, brakes, and suspension. Obviously, I'm not a suspension expert. I don't know. Suspension feels alright. Doesn't feel bad. I mean, compared to my Grom, they're very stock suspension. Nothing fancy. But they feel alright. However, you can even see it. This brake disc. Look at that. That has been eaten down. There is not much brake. Look at that. There's not much brake pad at all on that. There is bugger all. He's clearly never serviced this bloody thing. Since we had the top piece off here, we checked the brake fluid oil, and the brake fluid oil is pretty low. So yeah, the back needs to be checked out. I mean, it's fine. The rear brakes work well. I've even locked them up once because I pushed them down too hard. So they work well. Front ones look great. Can't speak on the suspension. I don't know. I haven't driven it long enough. I've only driven it to McDonald's. But these front brakes, absolutely fine. They look fine. Engine wise, alright, so it starts up straight away. Here, have a watch. Straight away. It's nice, it's quiet, it doesn't miss a beat. For my Grom to do that, this thing, whoop, done. It's really good. It still really ticks me off that this jump start, or what do you call it, Kickstarter, is broken. Absolutely ticks me off. Dad and I will look into that later and see why. It's seized. It's terrible. It performs really well. Have a listen to the idle. Very good. Very nice. One problem I'm having... Alright, first of all, this is the starter button, just dangling down. And to make matters worse, it just gets stuck on, like that. And if it's stuck on and you pull the brake, you can hear it. And sometimes you're riding and it gets stuck on, so you gotta make sure that doesn't happen, or you gotta burn out the motor. All I need to do is buy another cheap switch. That's all I need to do to fix that. Easy problem. But that's grief number 1 out of my 3 main griefs with this bike. Grief number 2. Headlight works, okay? Dash lights don't. Now these were working before. It's a bad example. But dash lights don't work. They were working before, me and Dad unplugged them. Headlight doesn't work. Not sure why. So dash works, headlight doesn't, or headlight works, dash doesn't. I know how to fix this. It's a temporary solution. I'm not happy with it, but I can make a switch dedicated for the headlight here. Just flick it on and off, and then leave the dash light on center, where this theoretically would turn on, but I bloody unplugged it by accident. I can actually see it. I can feel it. There it is. That red plug. It should be plugged in. I don't understand why that is the case. Alright, and what was my third grief? Oh no, that was it. Grief 1, big grief. This should function and should work. Grief 2, the headlight solution, issue, sorry, not solution. And grief 3, that. Not bad. Let's look at the storage, because I'll end it on a more positive note. Plenty of storage. It needs to be definitely cleaned out. It's got a lot of storage, and it even has that charge. That's a like a cigarette thing, you know. You can plug power into it, which is pretty good. That's a bonus. Storage there. Technically, there should be a bag, a toolbox thing, a top box there. I don't know why it's not. I'm gonna have to speak to him. And plenty of storage here. enough for a half-face helmet, which is very European, and some shopping. Not to mention, so you got storage here, technically storage here, storage there, and I want to install one of these little hooks you get here that you can just put your bags on, so storage there. So yeah, that's all I can say about the bike. Am I disappointed? No, I'm very happy because it runs engine wise, no problem. This guy was so stingy that he didn't even give me a full tank. He did me so dirty, and then on top of it, he didn't give me a full tank. I had to put in 6.5 litres. Thank you, Dad, for paying. I appreciate it. I can't find my card at the moment. 6.5 litres I had to put in. It's a 7-litre tank. He was so stingy, I didn't even get a full tank. What a stingy Indian. I know how that sounds. That's extremely rude, but what a stingy prick. But, yeah, other than that... Oh, and another great feature about this bike. Foot pegs on the side here, dedicated for a passenger. Not like most scooters, where the passenger has to put their feet here. Dedicated, that's very top quality stuff. That's like Peugeot scooter stuff. Lambretta, Vespa, Peugeot. Actually, not even Vespa. It's more Lambretta and Peugeot. Peugeot do that. Very nice. I do love the look of the back too for a scooter. Just the front. The front's very scooter-like, but back half, yeah. Anyway, that's all. It's a long video, but it was worth the purchase. It will get me around town, no problem. All the plastic is fixable. I just need to sort out the button, which is an easy, cheap fix. It's just a button. Headlight and dash, I have to do some investigating, and that's the only thing that worries me. But I don't need it. I'm actually just now got to unscrew that screw, take it off, so I never accidentally push it down again. Anyway, that's all. Bye.